Slog FPV. I'm really getting addicted to these toothpick style quads. You know, I still fly the Whoop class inside the house, but for flying in my backyard and park flying, I'm really starting to like these a lot. So this is the GEPRC Phantom in this box. I'll go ahead and show you what comes in the box. So this is how it's packaged. It's packaged very securely. So I like it that it, you know, is not flopping around, so to prevent damage. You get some stickers, it looks like here. So I'll move those to the side. You have some information on how to set up the VTX. You get, looks like some props here, 65 millimeter. You get some battery straps, a battery pad, an Allen wrench, some antenna tubes in here, and then you also get some other, looks like additional rubber pad here as well. Let's go ahead and get a dry weight. So everything assembled with a better battery strap. We're coming in at 56 grams. I'm going to be using this 350 mAh 2S battery. As we add that on there, we're coming in at 75 grams. So let's go through the specs on this thing. The flight controller is the STM32F411 flight controller. Has a 4-in-1 ESC that's 12 amp continuous, supports BLHES. The wheelbase on this thing is 125 millimeters. It takes 65 millimeter props or 2.5 inch props. The camera on here is the Cadex EOS 2. The motors on this are the GEPRC 1103 8000 kV motors. The VTX is power output selectable. It does support pit mode, 25 milliwatt, 100 milliwatt, and 200 milliwatt. The antenna interface is a UFL connector on the back here. It does support IRC tramp protocol. It does have an integrated filter back here. I did get it with the XM Plus receiver, so that's why the way I ordered it. The batteries that they recommend are a 2S 300 mAh battery, or a 2S 350 mAh battery, or a 2S 450 mAh battery. As far as 3S battery sizes, they are suggesting a 300 mAh battery or a 350 mAh battery. I think this thing probably was tuned for a 2S battery, so I think probably a happy sweet spot is 350 mAh with these particular props. The 65 millimeter props. I might try 3S, but I think I might, if I am going to do 3S, I'll probably go with a little heavier prop on this thing. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and set things up in Betaflight, and I'm going to leave everything pretty much as stock as possible, except for my rates and of course my modes switches. You know, that's my standard mode switch setup. And I'll take it out for, you know, fly it for a while and see how well it flies. And I'll get back to you guys after I do that. So here are my final thoughts on the GEPRC Phantom. The tune is spot on and works surprisingly well on both 2S and 3S. It is running Betaflight 3.5.7, which seems to work better on these small toothpick style quads, at least for tuning them. I did take a look at what was changed from the Betaflight defaults, and the only change that GEPRC did on this was reduce the yaw-P term from 65 to 55, and that's it. So the filter settings and everything was all stock. On 2S, with the 65 millimeter HQ props that come with it, you get about 4 minutes of flight time, and it flies very smooth and controllable. On 3S, with the HQ prop, the T65 millimeter props that I have here, which I really like, you're going to get about 3 minutes of flight time, but it is substantially more responsive. And I actually like flying it on 3S better than 2S. So let's go through the pros. It flies great on both 2S and 3S. Maybe that is due to the top mount battery, but this thing really does well with light freestyle. With the another pro, with the XM Plus, you get a lot of range as compared to some of the other toothpicks out there like the Sailfly X that are only running SPI. I like the frame design. I think it's well thought out. And the open design allows you to easily access and work on this thing. So I think the overall, the frame design is excellent. I think the camera is good. I mean, I do prefer the Runcam Nano more, but I found that this camera matched up well with this quad. I like the 1103 8000 kV motors. I think that was a good selection with the weight of the quad that they have here. The cons, it's a little heavier than other toothpicks, and that is why I think it flies better on 3S with the heavier T65 props. I do think the VTX is a little more noisy on 3S, but it's not horrible. One nit also is the battery strap that is provided with it isn't good, so you really need to come up with a different battery strap than what comes with the package. Overall, the GEPRC is a definite thumbs up for me if you are looking for a toothpick style quad that is good for light freestyle park flying. And with that, I'll show you a 2S and a 3S flight. And as always, thanks for watching.